What's up, guys? Welcome back to another edition of 101 Sports and Cards. I'm Nathan Holloway, and with me, Jared Drush.
What's up?
So we're starting in the NFL. The biggest news of the week, Justin Herbert underwent season-ending finger surgery, fractured his index finger on his throwing hand. So, I mean, they were out of the playoffs anyway, basically after their loss. And your boy Easton Stick will be starting. He looked like crap when he came out. Also, they will be without Keenan Allen they play Thursday against the Raiders. They will be without Keenan Allen, of course. Mike Williams already out, so I don't know who he's going to throw to. So Quentin Johnston, who doesn't even know who he is.
Hasn't Holby had a finger problem all year, though?
No, it's a left hand.
Oh,
he broke his middle finger on his left hand.
So he was playing with a giant stent on his hand the whole time.
He's been playing really good. I'm so glad I didn't start him in fantasy, though. Instead, I started Jordan Love. That was much better. The Vikings are turning to Nick Mullins to be their starting quarterback. Dobbs' sanity is over. He had a great run, but he looked like crap.
He's looked like crap ever since.
There are growing rumors that Bill Belichick will not be with the Patriots next season, and Brazil will be hosting a regular season game next season.
Is the bill is a mutual thing, or are they firing him?
Probably firing him. Hey, all good coaches end up getting fired. Week 14 recap: the Patriots beat the Steelers on Thursday night, 21-18. Bailey Zappi had 240 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 pick. The Broncos beat the Chargers 24-7. Russell Wilson 224 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. The Bucs beat the Falcons 29-25. They now take the lead in the NFC South, in which every team is under 500, and none of them deserve to make the playoffs. Baker, 144 yards and 2 touchdowns. Rashad White, 135 total yards and a receiving touchdown. The Bengals absolutely demolished the Colts, 34-14. Jake Browning, 275 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick.
Kid's good.
Yes. The Browns outlasted the Jags, 31-27. Joe Flacco had 311 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 pick. He has been named the starter for the rest of the year. David Njoku, 91 yards and 2 touchdowns. Trevor Lawrence on the other side. He did play. He had 257 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. The Jets dominated the Texans 30-6. Zach Wilson had his best game of his career, 301 yards and 2 touchdowns. Of course, on the other side, C.J. Stroud lost another receiver. Nico Collins is now out for the rest of the year, and he also suffered a concussion.
Is he out for at least a week?
No, he'll be back. The Ravens beat the Rams in overtime 37-31 with Tylan Wallace's walk-off 76-yard punt return touchdown. Lamar had 316 passing yards, 70 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns and a pick. Stafford 294 yards and 3 touchdowns. The Bears dominated the Lions 28-13. It was a terrible game. I watched it for some reason. Justin Fields 223 passing yards, 58 rushing yards, and 2 total touchdowns. The Saints dominated the Panthers 28-6 despite Derek Carr sucking. Kamara had 56 yards and a touchdown. Carr had 119 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. The Vikings beat the Raiders 3-0. There's no stats to go off in this game because nobody played well. It was the worst game
Justin Jefferson
ever.
Again.
It was the first game that finished 3-0. Also the lowest scoring game in NFL history. Tied it. It was the first 3-0 score since 2007. And Justin Jefferson is supposed to be back this week.
Good.
The 49ers beat the Seahawks 28-16. Brock Purdy set a new career high in passing yards at 368. He also had 2 touchdowns and a pick. Christian McCaffrey had 145 yards. Debo had 149 yards and a touchdown. Brandon Ayuk had 126 yards. And Kittle had 76 yards and a touchdown. For the Seahawks, Drew Lock started for the injured Geno Smith. He had 269 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 picks. The Bills outlasted the Chiefs 20-17. Josh Allen had 233 yards and a touchdown. Also an interception. James Cook, 58 rush yards, 83 receiving yards, and a touchdown. And Patrick Mahomes is a little...
Are we going to talk about that game?
No.
Why?
No, because I don't care. He was clearly offsides. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, they can go and cry all they want. All they've had ever since he got drafted is help from the refs. So I don't want to hear it.
Well, if I was Josh Allen, I'd lose all respect for Patrick Mahomes
since that was
what he did.
Yeah.
Because, he didn't even congratulate him. He was just making excuses.
Then it took him 2 days to apologize.
And then Josh, every time he's lost to him, which was twice in the playoffs.
Yeah. Every time it's been because of refs.
Yeah, and he's been, actually polite and not mad. I don't like Patrick Mahomes. I never have. I just don't like the Chiefs.
You know, if you're Mahomes, why are you yelling at the refs? Maybe you should yell at Kadarius Toney, who shouldn't even be a football player. He shouldn't even be starting for a team of 2-year-olds. Dude's the worst wide receiver I've ever seen. Week 1, he should have been dropped after he dropped 7 passes. Should have never even had the chance to have this opportunity to even be offsides. And he wasn't even close to being onside.
His whole half of his foot was on the line. How can you not tell you're offsides?
Because he's an idiot. I mean, look at them. Cowboys dominated the Eagles 33-13. Dak had 271 yards and 2 touchdowns. Are the Eagles frauds?
Nah, I think they're struggling. Jalen's struggling right now. The defense is trash. The defense is horrible.
I think they're fraud. I don't think they're good. They're really not that good. Jalen Hurts I think he's playing hurt. If you can guard A.J. Brown, nobody else on the team can do anything because Devontae Smith has been very disappointing. Their defense is trash. Their offensive line, which was the best offensive line in the NFL, continues to have penalties. They're just not good.
That game was penalty-filled. It was like 12 flags in the first quarter.
That's just it. The Giants beat the Packers 24-22 on a game-winning field goal. Tommy DeVito, 158 pass yards, 1 touchdown, 71 rushing yards. Saquon had 86 yards and 2 touchdowns. It's a game we couldn't lose. But we did. It wasn't because of Jordan Love. Like, Jordan Love didn't have the best game. He overthrew some guys. But we had a chance to win it. Also, if Anders Carlson would have missed another field goal, we would have won the game. And if our defense, could hold a lead with a minute left, like Jordan Love led a touchdown drive with a minute left, and we can't stop Tommy DeFrickin-Vito. Our defense coordinator deserves to be fired. Our special teams player, our whole team, every coach around should be fired. They're trash, including Matt LaFleur, who just sucks. Sucks. I would rather have anybody. I'd rather have Urban Meyer going to the strip clubs than Matt LaFleur right now. The Titans rally from 14 down on the 4th to beat the Dolphins 28-27. Will Levis is good. 327 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Derrick Henry had 34 rushing yards with 2 touchdowns. On the other side, Raheem Mostert, 96 yards, 2 touchdowns. Of course, Tyreek Hill got hurt, came back.
They kind of babied him a little bit.
It was sad that the Dolphins lost this game.
Yeah. I watched this at the gym, and I was in shock.
I didn't watch it. I was watching the Packers.
I watched it on both TVs.
Oh, good for you.
I watched the Packers self-implode and the Dolphins self-implode.
So the Week 15 preview. We have Saturday games this week. The Thursday night game sucks. Of course, it's Chargers and Raiders. Nobody's going to watch it. We have Saturday games. I have every single Saturday game on this because they're all pretty big. Vikings and Bengals both need a win to stay in the playoff hunt, especially the Vikings.
Bengals.
I'm also going with the Bengals.
Tyler Browning is him.
Jake Browning.
Whatever his name is, same thing. He's good.
Steelers and Colts. There are like 7 teams tied at 7-6 in the AFC, which is the last place for the wild card. These 2 are one of them.
Steelers somehow get it done.
No, I'm going with the Colts. Broncos and Lions. The Lions look trash against the Bears. The Broncos are a game back of the Chiefs for the division lead.
The Broncos have been amazing. I don't go with the Broncos.
I'm also going with the Broncos. On Sunday, the first game up is Buccaneers and Packers. The Bucs are leading the NFC South. The Packers need a win to stay in the playoffs. They both have the same record. They're both 6-7.
I'm going to go Bucks.
Go with the Packers. Go Pack, go. I can't pick against them with the Buccaneers. We can easily win out. We have the Bucs, the Panthers, the Vikings, and the Bears. We can easily win out. The only one that's somewhat the Bucs are the toughest team. The second toughest team is going to be the Bears because I ain't worried about the Vikings. They have no quarterback.
Yeah.
Jets and Dolphins. The Jets surprised last week against the Texans. Can they do the same thing against the Dolphins?
No, going Dolphins.
I'm going with the Jets. The Dolphins do not impress me. Texans and Titans. This is a big game in the AFC South. The Titans are trying to make the playoffs. With Will Levis as their quarterback, the Texans are trying to stay in the playoff picture.
I'm going Titans.
I'm going with the Titans because I don't know who C.J. Stroud is going to be throwing it to. His top 2 receivers are done. So, yeah. Cowboys and Bills.
Cowboys.
It's in Buffalo. I'm going with the Bills.
It is cold.
The Bills have been playing great.
That's a team
Josh Allen has been good. I don't want to play the Bills, right? The Bills are in my opinion, they're the second best team in the AFC right now, behind the Ravens. And
hey, should Lamar be getting consideration for MVP?
Yes.
He's been amazing this year.
No.
And no one's talking about him.
We're about to.
Oh.
But Josh Allen has been great ever since they fired their offensive coordinator. They're actually running the ball with James Cook. It's amazing whenever you can run the ball and not have Josh Allen be Superman. It's amazing what happens.
Josh Allen is
the whole team.
Yeah. He's a tight end. He's a tight end playing quarterback.
And the last game of the week, Ravens and Jaguars. This is for the number 1 spot.
The Ravens blow them out.
I think the Ravens win. I think it'll be close.
I
honestly do. Trevor's going to have a whole week to get ready. I think it'll be close. On to the NBA. The Lakers beat the Pacers to win the inaugural in-season tournament. Your overall thoughts on the in-season tournament? although they did not explain it at all.
Yeah.
And nobody understood anything. I've talked to multiple people at work. Nobody knew what was going on. Everybody on Twitter, nobody knew what was going on. It was great. The in-season tournament was absolutely great. I just hate that the championship game does not count towards anything. Because that might have been the best performance with LeBron and AD together since possibly all the way back in the bubble. Like, they played great, and nothing counts.
Yeah. I think they should get, like, either a banner or a spot in the playoff, like a guaranteed spot or something. I know they get money. I mean, is that what the only thing's for, is the money?
$500,000. They are putting up a banner in the Staples Center.
But I think it should be...
I think they should get an automatic playoff spot.
Yeah.
I think that would make the in-season tournament a lot better. I mean, it was already good. You had people fighting, especially later on, like after they got through the group stage. I think you would have saw the group stage be a lot better when you know that maybe some of these crappy teams
have a chance.
Yeah. I mean, who would have thought the Pacers were going to be going this far? So, yeah. I like it, though. At the beginning, I hated it. I thought it was going to be stupid.
It's a good little twist.
It is.
And the games still count for something because they do count in regular season 2. Besides the championship.
Yes. Draymond Green was ejected again last night for slapping Yusuf Nurkic in the face. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah. It's definitely on purpose.
It's not, should he be suspended? I have that. How many games will he be suspended? Because this is his third ejection of the year. He's already been suspended 5 games once for choking out Rudy Gobert. Although he apologized and said that it wasn't his intent to slap him because he's not a flopper, and instead he tries to draw fouls by throwing his arms around. And then later on, which nobody saw because ESPN and nobody else ran the whole press conference, they just ran past that. He said that it was unfortunate that he ended up hitting Nurkic. How is it unfortunate when he clearly turned around and slapped him in the face? Like, that's not unfortunate. He knew what he was doing. It looked straight at him.
I don't like Draymond. I think it should be 5 games.
I think it should be 10.
Honestly, if he keeps going, I think he should be out of the league. It's to the point where no one even how can anybody like this guy? How can anybody sit there and tell me, I love Draymond Green? How can you tell me that you love... This is another Markieff Morris. And I hate the Morris twins.
You know, Draymond would have been great back in like the 70s and 80s when they didn't care.
Yeah, he's trying to be the modern-day Dennis Rodman. But you suck. You've not been good since...
The thing is, the Warriors need him.
Yeah.
Because the Warriors are trash. They're under 500. They're out of the play-in spot right now. They are terrible. Steve Kerr in the game last night against the Suns, which the Suns were without Kevin Durant. They're still without Bradley Beal, who has yet to play this
Bradley
year.
played last night.
He did not play last
night. I thought I saw him play last night.
He did not play last
night. Are you sure?
Pretty sure he did not.
I think he did.
Who cares? Either way, they needed a win. Steve Kerr at halftime benched Andrew Wiggins and Kevon Looney and made Draymond the center, in which he was actually playing very well at center. And then he goes and does this. They end up losing to the Kevin Durantless Suns. So they need to do... I guarantee you they're regretting not getting rid of Draymond and instead getting rid of Jordan Poole. Because Jordan Poole was, although he sucks, as a number 1 option, and it does not help that he is with the Wizards. He's a great player off the bench.
He's a great second option on the team. When he was second to Steph, he needs shots.
Oh, I get it. He's a lot better than Klay Thompson.
Klay Thompson needs to be tired.
The Celtics lead the Magic and the Bucks by 1.5 games in the East, and the Timberwolves lead the Thunder by 2 games in the West, a team that has been playing great. The Clippers have the longest winning streak in the NBA with 5 games. Also, the Mavericks have been playing very well. They beat the Lakers last night.
Who hasn't, though? The Pistons and your Spurs.
Yeah. The Pistons extended their losing streak to 20 games, and the Spurs extended theirs to 17 games. But Wemby did have his first 2020 game. Almost went back-to-back with 2020 games, and we lost to the Rockets. 93-82, we shot a whole whopping 12% from 3. Pop. Start Trey Jones. When Trey Jones is in the game, the offense is a lot better.
Who's he starting?
Just start Trey Jones. He's starting Malachi Branham at point guard. Malachi Branham has been so inconsistent. I love Malachi. I think he's going to be a great player in the future, great role player. He's not a starter. Or put Sohan back at point guard. Either way, please keep Zach Collins on the bench. Please.
He's terrible.
Or maybe we should bring up some of our young guys, like, Mamu, who was in the G League and posted a 35 and 23 rebound game. And then what do? They bring him in, plays great defense, and Pop's like, oh, your 2 minutes is up. I don't know. Maybe it's time for Pop to retire. Maybe it is. On the baseball, Shohei signed a 10-year, $700 million contract with the Dodgers. He will defer $680 million till after the 10th year of his contract to help them build around. It doesn't matter anyway. They're still going to have to pay him. And they are in talks right now with the Rays to get Tyler Glasnow and Manuel Margot from the Rays. and for Ryan Pepiot and John DeLucia. Apparently that is agreed upon. They're just trying to work things out.
And probably going to get Yamamoto, too.
Yeah.
I think they need a salary cap baseball. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This is not even fair for any other team. There is like 5 teams that can do this. It's just not fair because I hate it. I now hate the Dodgers. I've always hated the Dodgers.
The thing is, the Giants offered Shohei the same thing.
This makes me hate Shohei. I've never been a fan of Shohei. And one, this is a terrible contract because he is not worth $700,000. $700 million. There is no player in history worth this much. Because guess what? He's not pitching. He may never pitch again. You're paying $700 million for a DH?
And they're going to end up getting Yoshi Yamamoto because, he met with the Dodgers today. And in that, they had Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, and Shohei.
Yeah.
In that. And how do you just go in with that big three and be like, hey, I don't want to join you. Instead, I want to go to possibly the Giants or the Red Sox or the Yankees, who are all not as good as the Dodgers are right now.
It's not fair.
And then if they end up getting Tyler Glass now.
It's ruining baseball. It's really ruining baseball.
But, you'll have to end up and wait and see if they choke in the playoffs.
They
like
will.
they usually do. The Diamondbacks signed to Eduardo Rodriguez. I like this move.
Who did?
Diamondbacks.
Oh, yeah, that's a great move. Yeah.
And Juan Soto and Trent Grisham got traded from the Padres to the Yankees for Drew Thorpe, Michael King, Johnny Brito, Randy Vasquez, and Kyle Higashi. Who won that trade?
Honestly, I'm listening to the Yankees. The only person they gave up that was actually worth the crap was Drew Thorpe.
All they gave up was pitchers and Kyle Higashioka, who shouldn't even be in the league.
I mean, honestly, I think the Yankees won this trade. They got rid of some...
You think of what the Padres had to give up to the Nationals.
Yeah.
To get Juan Soto, they gave up their whole farm system.
They gave up Hassel, Wood...
And C.J. Abrams.
Yeah. Who are all three... C.J. Abrams is one of the best shortstops in the game of baseball. Change my mind. When he's on, he is. He gets us no credibility because the Nationals suck.
Wait till this year.
Yeah, I know. And then James Wood is an absolute behemoth of a human. And Robert Hassel figured out how to hit a baseball in the AFL.
The Giants did sign Jung-Hoo Lee to a 6-year, $113 million deal. Of course, he won the MVP award over in the JPL. Is that what it's called? The JPL? Or whatever it is. He batted over 300. He's actually solid. But, it's the Giants. 2 injuries that happened. Ronnie Mauricio tore his ACL in the Winter League, so you'll have to wait for his debut for the Mets, because he's not going to be playing.
His debut last year.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, played like...
Well, you'll have to wait for him to play a whole season. And Indy Rodriguez is out for the year for the Pirates with, that should say, elbow surgery, not shoulder surgery.
Man, 2 big prospects. Hey, time to be about the baseball cards.
No, I'm not buying Indy. Indy's not that good.
I don't like it, but Lonnie's good. How about Lonnie?
On to college football, Army beat Navy 17-11. It was not that good of a game. I watched part of it. All the bowl games this weekend aren't that good, so we're not going to talk about it, because who cares? On to college basketball, Bronny James made his USC debut. He had 4 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. That block was a chase down block. In 16 minutes, they also got upset by Long Beach State. I don't even know who Long Beach State is.
Go?
Yes, he did. Why wouldn't he? He said that he would miss an NBA game to watch him. Scores from the last week. On the last Wednesday, Marquette beat Texas. Thursday, no ranked teams played. Friday, nobody played. Saturday, Wisconsin got absolutely murdered by Arizona, 98-73. We're not back. We're about to be back in football, though, because we got Tyler Van Dyke.
Who's that?
Transferred to Wisconsin.
Who's that?
A few years ago, he was projected to be like a top 10 pick in the draft. And then he went to Miami. And, Miami sucks. So why would you go to Miami? Probably because they paid him a crap ton of money. Number 17, Tennessee beat 20 Illinois, 86-79 on Saturday. Purdue somehow beat Alabama. They were losing the whole game. Colorado State finally suffered their first loss. They got upset by St. Mary's. It's always St. Mary's. BYU lost to Utah. And Gonzaga got upset by Washington. Miami lost to Colorado. They got blown out by Colorado. And Texas A&M lost to Memphis. And yeah, that's about all that's happened. So the new rankings is 1 Arizona. They were not unanimous. There was one other team that got 1 vote. It was Houston. But yet Houston fell in the rankings. Don't know how. 2 is Kansas, 3 is Purdue, 4 is Houston, and 5 is UConn. Games to watch for the rest of the week. Friday, number 5 UConn will play number 10 Gonzaga in the Continental Tire Seattle tip-off. And great game Saturday. It's not going to be because it's going to be a blowout. Number 1 Arizona will play number 3 Purdue. Purdue is going to get blown out. You can mark it.
Destroying them.
Yes. That will be in the Indy Classic. The CBS Sports Classic on Saturday is number 9 North Carolina and number 14 Kentucky. And that is it. That is everything through next week. So next Wednesday will be number 6 Baylor and number 21 Duke. Also number 9 UNC and number 11 Oklahoma. So that is all that's happening in the world of college basketball. Now, in other sports, Jon Rahm did move to LIV Golf. The PGA has suspended him. I don't know why they're suspending him. There's no way he's coming back. He's getting paid like $300 million by LIV. So, sure, he doesn't care. Honestly, I don't even care anymore. If LIV was offering me that kind of money, I'd move. The PGA sucks. Like, the PGA is so trash, and everybody's fed up with it. The St. Louis Blues fired their head coach Craig Berube after their loss to the Red Wings last night. It was not taken very well by many fans. I will say that. The Indiana Fever.
Firing him?
They fired him.
Yeah, like fans are not happy that they fired him, but they're losing.
That they fired him.
Is it even his fault?
No.
The team sucks.
Yeah. The Indiana Fever won the WNBA draft lottery again, so we will see Aaliyah Boston be paired up with Caitlin Clark next year.
It's going to be nasty. Because they're both good.
Columbus won the MLS championship. Good for them. And good old Ernie Johnson is set to be inducted into the Sports Broadcasting Hall of Fame. Ernie Johnson is I love Ernie. I've looked up to Ernie my whole life. I want to be a sportscaster, sports journalist. He's been just at the top of NBA. Everything. I mean, not just NBA. He used to do NFL. He does golf. He's done the Olympics. He's done everything. He's just a great person, great human being. And I'll go ahead. He's the best sports person ever. Like sports media person ever. I will say that. It's amazing how the NBA on TNT started so long ago, and it still has continued with him at the helm. Love her. Also, if you're a NASCAR fan, Joe Gibbs Racing announced a crap ton of stuff today for their driver lineup next year. If you're interested, go look it up. I don't care. The biggest thing, Eric Almirola is going to be running a part-time Xfinity schedule with him, going back to where he started. Noah Gragson is taking over the 10 car for Eric Almirola at Stewart-Haas Racing. And
Van Gisbergen.
Yeah. Shane Van Gisbergen will be racing the whole Xfinity season and 6.
9.
I thought it was 6.
Maybe
9. It is 9.
I hold 9.
I don't get why they just don't run them on a full Cup season.
He's gonna win the Xfinity Series. The dude can drive away.
I don't know. The Xfinity Series is gonna be very good.
I haven't seen it.
Also, Joe Gibbs Racing and Sheldon Creed will be at Joe Gibbs Racing.
Still in Xfinity or Cup?
Xfinity.
Why? What about the Cup? The kid can drive.
I cannot wait to see him go on and win the championship and absolutely diss RCR, kind of like he did last year, because, everybody hated him there for absolutely no reason. Sheldon Creed's a really nice guy. I've met him. He's a great person.
He's a good driver.
He is. A lot better than Austin Hill, who got pissed off. What is Austin Hill? Lost his ride in the truck series because he lost sponsorship. That's what happened.
He's won.
Oh, good for him. Nobody cares. What, he won a Daytona last year, the first race, and didn't win the rest of the year. Congrats. Nobody cares. That's all we have. Thank you guys for listening. As always, come back here next week. Peace.